Hey, what is going on? It is December 30th, 2025. I am Mo. What is going on, y'all? I made it like a minute late. You know what I'm saying? It was in that second, like, beep. I just needed to set up. We just got, let me bypass this really quick. Nah, I got you. We seen like 3 times already. It's cool. Um, Guys, let me start this. We'll do this right here. Um, I talk loud anyways, and I talk too much. Uh, no, just running late. You know, like I had mentioned yesterday. The 31st is kind of like a big deal for us. You know, just in times of just being around each other's presence a little bit often. So you know, we were running around grabbing some stuff to make like Rice Krispie treats, and my wifey wants to make Chex Mix, and you know, like picking up snacks, you know, some chips and salsa and stuff like that, you know, like little tubs or whatever, just you know, inexpensive little things that we can just, you know, as the wifey put it, graze on as we spend time together on the new year. So you know, it's just doing that. My son is going to his appointments, and we're just doing that. Helping him out with his appointments because he's with us for right now. Because he'll be going to a class fairly soon for like a week. He's currently on holiday break. Sorry, I'm not staring at the camera. I'm just it's busy. It's busy. Like my mind is still kind of running around. And I keep saying I'm gonna stop that too. I was about to do it right there. So he's gonna be going to a trip for school, and we're just trying to enjoy the time because once he comes back from the trip, he's gonna have maybe a few days before he has to start his classes again, and so we're just trying to spend as much time as we can, y'all. And like family is important. Like, don't ever take for granted the time that you get to spend with your family, your brother, your sister, your mom, your dad, your wife, your son. It comes and goes like everything else. It comes and goes. If you got family with you, I'm not saying that you need to be interactive 24/7, but when given the chance to do something together, spend that time. What exactly are we going to be doing if we're not spending time together? I mean, I could be streaming, right? To not even bot streamers right now. And it's all good. I'm doing this just really to express myself, put myself out there, and see if you can gather somebody. You got to have content for any interest. I can't just say, "Oh, look at me. I'm Mr. This guy, and I have." Nobody cares. No. Anyways. Um, what exactly you gonna be doing? Spending time on your phone, scrolling through reels or TikToks, or whatever stories, whatever platform you on. Like, that's where most of your time is gonna be spent. And I'm not saying do that while you're spending time together, but just try to find a common ground. If you have a laptop or a gaming PC, or if you have a console, even if it's I don't want to say old because some people still rock it. Like, I don't have no PS5. I don't have no new Xbox, whatever the hell is called now, Series X or Series S. I don't know. I don't care. It's never been a platform for me. I know we up to the Switch 2, but I don't even have a Switch 2. I got a Switch and a PS4. A launch PS4. Like a launch PS4. I never got a PS4 Pro, none of that. This is straight up a launch PS4. If you go look at some of my old PS3 reviews or whatever it is, unboxings and all that. No, sorry, not PS3, PS4. I do have a fat PS3, but that one I had to leave in California when we moved. I gotta go pick that one up. But I do have anyways, I have a PS4, like a launch PS4, and that's what I'd be rocking, right? And that's the common ground. Is can you buy a group game, something like Jackbox, or I don't know, if you into fighters, there's so many fighters that, like, let's just say, okay, you're good at Street Fighter, or you like Marvel or Dragon Balls, whatever, right? Don't play those games with your family. Like, don't play those games. Like, get something that you're not even at all familiar. So if you only rock with like 2D fighters, go reverse and just like go buy like the cheapest Tekken that's available, but just that, you know, for that platform, like a PS4. Like, if I think it's like Tekken 6 maybe started on PS4, like go get Tekken 6 and go get it at a discount and be like, hey, do you guys want to try this game together? I've never played it. It's not really my style game, but we ain't got nothing better to do. Boom, put on Tekken. And in the inverse, if you a Tekken player, don't play that game with your family, because you know what's going to happen. You're going to skunk them up, so don't do that. You know, go get something that you know you would never play. Go like Marvel. You know, going from Tekken to Marvel, that's a big change. Going from Tekken to like Street Fighter, it, to me, even like something like Mortal Kombat, like, yes, like some of the movements and is different, but the fundamentals are the same, right? Like, there's still footsies, there's still neutral, there's still spacing. Mortal Kombat has more of a juggling mechanic than Street Fighter, but you know, they have similar type juggle, like a juggling system where like you're gonna discover stuff pretty quick. So don't do that. But like, go get like Ultimate Marvel 3, you know what I'm saying? Or sorry, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Go get that. If you ain't never play that, man, you'll be mashing buttons, and like they got so many good characters in that game. Like, just spend that time together. Hey, if y'all like to draw, get some color pencils on some crayons. Don't be over here thinking, nah, that's baby stuff, man. It's time with your family. Just make a game out of it. Who can draw it? It's New Year's. Who can draw the best New Year ball? Who can draw the best, I don't know, confetti shower? I don't, you know, whatever. Just And especially if you got little ones, y'all. If you got little ones, man, spend time with them. Spend time with them. Like, build them memories. It goes too quickly, y'all. It goes too quickly. It's crazy. My boy is 20 years old. The first video I ever posted on this channel, just to post a video, was from I think 16, 17 years ago. And that's my baby boy singing Jingle Bells. Like, the first ever video I ever posted is of him. And that was like almost 17 years ago. I want to say it was 17 years ago. It might have even been longer than that. Nah, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Shoot, it might have been. I'm going through the years in my head. I'm like, nah, that doesn't make sense, because it's like not that late in life. Nah, it is that late in life. Yeah, that video could be like 17, 18 years old, y'all. And I don't like watch it every day, and honestly, I don't even make a habit of watching that video. But the thumbnail is of him, of that video, and it goes so quick, y'all. It goes so quick. 18, possibly 18 years later, he's already in his third year of college, man. And I try to spend as much time as I could with him, you know, like I did. And not always, unfortunately, not always the best quality time. I still got 10 minutes, so you guys are going to hear me kind of release some stuff. I'm just being honest with y'all. You know, I'm not trying to like put nobody down or anything. It's just, I'm just being honest with y'all. You know, like, I didn't always do the quality stuff. You know, wifey would sometimes plan stuff, you know, for like Easter or you know, just even just a random Saturday and Sunday. You know, I was young, no excuse, but when you young, you stupid as hell. And man, I was, you know, mentally and just, I guess, husbandry. I know that's like a whole other like discipline or talent, but I'll just call it husbandry just to keep it, you know, just confusing but simple. You know, when I was working, you know, even though I was testing video games, the hours were long, and early on it was like, it was just so much. so much. It was just so much stress, so much lack of sleep, so much everything, so much crankiness on my side. So, when it was like, hey, can we go do this tomorrow since you have the day off? It's like, no, I don't want. Ah. But then my dad, go, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna sleep? Go spend time with your boy. And he always spent time with me. Like I remember my pops coming home tired, 5 o'clock, 5:30. My dad was, either like working at a warehouse or working doing automotive repair. My dad's a mechanic. And I remember him coming home tired, and sometimes he was on the bus too. Come home, 5:30, be like, hey, can we go to LeConte? And LeConte was like a middle school that was in the neighborhood, and they would open it to the public because they had basketball courts there up until I think 9 o'clock. No, 10 o'clock because they were running night sessions there as well. I know that because my mom took night sessions. And he's like, let's go. All right, cool, So like my dad, showed me the basics of basketball, baseball. Like my dad showed me the basics of just about every sport. And I do most of those fairly well. Like had I been disciplined enough to take advantage of what he led me, like what he taught me, who knows? You know what I'm saying? Like everybody says, all right, you just never know what's possible. I was always a driven individual when it came to wanting to better myself. My problem is I don't have the discipline. Even now, there's a disciplinary problem with my prioritization in my personal life. In my personal life, not in anything else. Work-wise and everything else. Unfortunately, I got the discipline for that. I show up to work sick sometimes. I put on a mask. I'll be on the bus dying. I'll show up to work, though. I'll show up to work. I'll wake, I'll only get 2-3 hours of sleep. If I have to take the bus, I've done it. So for like work, I've always been super disciplined. But like when it comes to my personal life, nah, I'm pretty undisciplined, to be honest. Right now, doing the streaming, doing this, and trying to get stuff going, like this is probably the most disciplined thing that I've done in a long time. In a long time, where I'm prioritizing coming on, even if it's late, but to make it up for that day. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no like, nah, I'm not gonna stream today, but I'll just do it tomorrow. Nah, because like everything else, and it's true, like once you make the excuse for that one day that you really want to do it, you start making excuses, and then it falls off. And I know there was a gap here, but that was on some personal stuff, and I don't really want to touch on that. It's because it doesn't just involve me, so I don't want to touch on it. But like other than that, I want to be on here consistently, at least 3 times a week. That's what I told myself, at least 3 times a week. If I can make it 4, then I'll find a schedule to do 4. If I can't do it on my regular time, like if I can't do it, like in that 7 to 9 o'clock window that I usually like to, then I'll either move it down, but try to adjust for that same time frame so I got the material that I need when I go back to try, do shorts off of this. Or later in the day, and then if it's later in the day, I'll just do like a half day. I'll just get on here to stream to keep that activity going, to keep that action going forward. So that's what I told myself. So this to me is part of me improving myself. I know it seems stupid and redundant, but you gotta find a way to exercise this for yourself. But anyways, that's work stuff. See, that's what I mean. For work, I can talk about all this stuff, but for family, damn, I'm over here ranting, y'all. I'm sorry. But when it comes to family, wifey would be like, let's go do this. All right, cool. I'll go because, like I said, my dad would take me. And everything. Some of the best memories I have are with my dad doing something random. Something completely random, like fishing at 3 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? So we would go do these things, but I would be all cranky and moody, and for lack of a better word, and cover your ears, children, bitchy. It just, I don't know. Like you can call me a wet blanket during that time, and not all the time, but if it was just things that I just I couldn't get behind or just didn't want to do because I was tired. Like, I was being a jerk about it a lot of times, and the more that I got into it, the more that I realized what was really going on and what wasn't going on, but it still wasn't an excuse. You work so hard and you try to, I don't know, you work like you work a grip and you're willing to put in the work at work, right? And it's important to do that. But then when you come home, you forget that you brought this life into this world. He didn't choose to be born. You know what I'm saying? We brought him into this world, and she's, wifey was doing everything that she possibly could to try to give him, just a happy upbringing, because we've been broke since day one, y'all. Like, being broke is not new to us. She a rider for real, for real. We've been together 22 years. We've been committed to each other 22 years. And she a rider, man. We've been broke since day one. We've been broke, so she always found the stuff on discount, free programs, free events, things that were on vast discount. Once I started working, she would look for events that were like, hey, we can do this for $10 instead of trying to go to Disneyland. Like, she was always that person, like, yeah, of course she wants to go to Disneyland, but she was always big picture things. Like, if we go to this place for $10 a piece, that's literally not even one ticket at Disneyland. So then we can go to a good lunch at Shakey's or Sizzler, and those are good for us. All right. We grew up different. Those are good for us. And for those who don't know, since I'm in the Midwest now and all my stuff is in California, Shakey's is a pizza joint out there. It's really good. It's hit or miss with newcomers, but if you grew up on it, you swear by it. And Sizzler is it's like a steakhouse, but not like a fancy steakhouse. I would say if you're in the Midwest, I don't even think it's Texas Roadhouse level. Like, basically, if it was like a Texas Roadhouse light, it would be kind of what Sizzler is. Like, good food. Like, if you go to a good one, good food. But that's kind of what it is. So, she was always thinking big picture things, making my money last longer, while we did fun events for the boy. She always came up with some good ones, but I wasn't always in the best mood for that. And, and as I got older, I started to realize what the problem really was. And it wasn't them. It was just I was so stressed out trying to give everything to essentially things and people and franchises and companies and entities that don't matter in my life. I've been broke the entire time. Yeah, I did a job. I could have done a job anywhere. But I was choosing to do video games because that was my passion. That was my joy. That was my childhood dream. And I did it. And I had to push everything aside to go and achieve it. No regrets whatsoever. None. I would do it again, over and over again. Reason being is because we are where we are because of what we did. How we were able to learn from each other, support each other, do the things that we did because it was just how we wanted to spend time. If I don't do what I do and we don't think we should be doing something grandiose, we don't drive across the country. We drove across this country twice in the South, from Anaheim, California to Roanoke, Virginia, and back. Just seeing so much of this country, and there's still more to see. We want to do more of that. We didn't think we were those type of people, but we are those type of people. We'd like to take long road trips. We didn't know that, but we found that out about each other because we've been through what we've been through. If I change anything, who knows what changes there? Maybe we are the couple that think that we want to take our kid to Disneyland every single time and go drop $800 on every visit. No, we not those people. Because we used to plan out like weekends in Vegas for $800 and then come back with like $150 left. And I mean like 150 left. And that's with gambling, that's with food, that's with drinks. Because we just stretched out our money more. And that's why I say spending time with your family is important. We already give so much to everything else, to school, to social media, to work, to all these places, all these entities, all these groups. And if you do them for your own personal enrichment and your lifestyle, look, there's no problem with that. But realize giving your time to these places is like paying rent. You're not gonna get equity on the time you give them. So when you have the time, give it to your family. Build those memories, build those bonds, build, that legacy. Talk about the past, talk about your future, talk about stuff. Build a strong, like a foundation with your family. I like looking back on my 43 years, I'm so happy that I can talk to my mom and talk to my dad and talk to my brother and talk to my sister. Like, we don't do it all the time, but I'm so happy that I can do that because we have memories, because we always spend time together, but we grew up in a different time. There was no social. I was the babysitter most of the time. I needed to know where they were all the time. So we had to forcefully interact, but in the meantime, we found out that we really loved each other. That, man, I'd kill for them. I'd kill for them. To this day, I'd kill for them. I never would have thought that I can love someone's like they're a part of myself. But I learned that because I had to take care of them. I had to spend time with them. I had to build that bond. And and sometimes I didn't learn that with my own kid until it was way later in life. But again, no regrets, because you learn through those lessons what's important. And and to kind of go back and think about it, it's like, wow, like I really did waste time at work. I really did. Like, yes, I achieved a lot that I wanted to, but in terms of like the time and dedication that I gave to them, thinking about them instead of thinking about my family, like when you're not at work, you're thinking about work, like that time, right? That you're still thinking about the report, the presentation, the whatever it is that you have to do at work, the deadline. While you're supposed to be at home, either eating, sleeping, spending time with your family, or even just taking a dump. You're over here thinking about work. Like, that time is the time that I'm talking about. That I wasted so much of that time on them when I could have been thinking about my family. But when I got older, I realized, there has to be a balance. And, well, I'm not saying I made up for it, because there's no making up for the time that you lost. Essentially, it's gone. Time is finite. There's only a limited amount that we get. But if I didn't want to spend more quality time as I got older and thought that I could, we wouldn't have the great experiences that we've had. Driving across this country, driving to Kansas to drop him off, doing that road trip a lot, going through Colorado, going to Black Hawk, just doing, going to New Mexico and doing what we, do in New Mexico, like buy blankets and stuff. Like, I know all this sounds like cheesy or whatever. The best memories I have in my life. The best memories I have in my life. And I want to do a lot more of that. Even now, still, I want to do a lot more of that. So when you get the chance, y'all, spend time with your family. All right, man. Well, I'm sorry. I know I've been going a little bit longer. It's the end of the year. We got to get these emotions out. It's not that I don't want to carry them, but I have to remind myself, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, you said you want to do these things. I got to keep myself motivated. Nothing motivates me more than my family. Nothing. And it's like I have to try to make something of myself somehow, some way. Something has to work, but you don't know unless you try. So we gotta work towards it, y'all. Let's put it out there before I start. Let's put it out there. Life please take our good wishes, our good vibes, our good juju, our thoughts and prayers, put them out into the life force. May that force find someone who needs it so they can obtain the strength to walk through their darkness, find their light, get through their grit, go through the grind so they can achieve what they want to achieve. And in reverse life, please allow us to receive those blessings, the good wishes, the good juju, the thoughts and prayers that others put out there for us so that we may obtain the strength to go through our darkness, find our light, get with our grit, go with our grind. The words change, the vibe doesn't, so that we can achieve what we want to achieve. Thank you, life. Yeah, y'all. So just I know it's end of the year, man. I'm sorry I'm becoming so sappy and philosophical. So we left off, as you can see here, I beat Blockman. Man, who was the dancer cat? I can't remember. I think it was Impact Man, Bounce Man, something with ice. I want to say Tundra Man. So it was Blockman, Impact Man, Bounce Man, and Tundra Man. I want to say. Anyways, we beat half the cast. We got 4 left. The game is dope, y'all. The game is dope. I love this game. This game is dope. It's giving me that old school feel, that level of achievement. This game is dope. I highly recommend. But let's see if we can get through the last 4 and go through Wily stuff. I do want to finish this game today. So since I started a little bit late, I know nobody really cares. But if we can finish it tonight, I want to finish it tonight. And yeah, we'll just go. So let's get this started. And oh man, so thank y'all for hearing me out. You know, it's just I was right. Tundra, Impact, Bounce, and Block. Yeah. All right, cool. Let me go fight this cat. It's just I don't know, man. As I gotten older, you know, I become more reflective on my life and the things that I've done, the things that I haven't done, and you know, however. Oh. You know, I just become more reflective on the stuff that I've done, the stuff that I probably shouldn't have done. And I don't want to say shouldn't, like, there's something I can do here. Oh, you know what? Wait up, this one. Nope. I feel like if I hit that laser, let me see. Oh, damn, I got hit. Okay, well, now we know. You know, it's that time, and again, not the time that I what's his face, that I spent, you know, actually working and not that time that I spent actually working and having to earn a living for my family. Like, no, that part is part of the equation. Like, you have to do that, you know, like you have to do that. There's no getting around it. Like, you have to do that. But it's a time that I would spend, you know, like talking about bugs or thinking about how I can better test, you know, like a particular game. I messed that one up. Damn, I wanted that life too. Whatever. I want that life. How do I die? Well, actually, it wouldn't even matter if I die. So nah, I guess I can't do it. All right. You know, like thinking about how I can become a better tester and how I can write better reports and how I can write better bugs and, you know, just things to be better at my job essentially. And it's stuff that I would have done anyways, but I didn't have to do it at those times, you know, like at those moments, you know, like why did I choose those moments to to think about work? Like, why wasn't it on the bus trip instead of the time that I was spending with my family and trying to, that's the time that I'm saying that, like, you're better off spending it with your family, creating the, that legacy, creating, just the memories, that bondship, that kinship. Like, you only get one family. Now, look, I know that, not all families are the same, and maybe you just don't like your family, and all that is understood. And if that is you, look, I'm sorry. I don't mean to kind of go off on this type of tangent. But at the same time, like, I know that I'm a blessed one, and I want to make sure, not even make sure, because it's really none of my damn business, to be honest. I wanna be advisory to those that can't see the blessings in front of them. When you have a family that loves you, that cares about you, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. So if you got one that's willing to put up with your dumb ass and willing to that's willing to put up with you and help you through a lot of stuff and essentially be your rock in life, oh jeez, well, that sucked. That if you got a family that's around you that wants to spend time with you, and particularly if you have children, but if just anybody just wants to spend some time with you because they find you to be a fun person or entertaining, and it has to be mutual. I'm not saying be fake. I'm not saying go out with your auntie that you don't like, that you can't stand. Like, I'm not saying none of that, but I'm saying if you have some genuine family, if you're blessed enough to have a genuine family that you love, adore, that, or more importantly, that it loves and adores you, just spend a little time enjoying that. Oh, wow, I messed that up twice. Anyways, just spend time with them, because you don't get that time back, man. And I say this unfortunately from experience. If you really, really, really love somebody, you're gonna wish that you had spent more time with them when they were still here. You're just gonna have that feeling. You're gonna be remembering of all those stupid TikTok reels and all those stories and all whatever, like whatever it is that we do on social. Like, oh, okay, I see now. You're gonna be crying at their funeral, talking about, oh, I wish we would have spent more time together, and I wish we could have done this together, and we, because we always think that we're gonna have time. Like, we always think that. We always think for whatever reason we're gonna have like this infinite amount of time. Like, we don't know, like, this is what happens. It's literally in the history books of what happens to all of us eventually, young or old. And if we happen to be old enough to outlast the people that we love, we spent time alongside them in their deathbed. We spent time at their funeral. We spent time going to see their headstones, when we could have been spending time, with them. Um. Oh damn it. So like if you think you're gonna really miss these people when they're gone, why not spend time with them now? Like honestly, what are we waiting for? We're not getting any younger. With the stuff we eat, we're not getting any healthier. So don't wait until the funeral. Don't wait until it's too late to wish that you had more time. You got that time now, y'all. You got that time now. And again, we don't have to be fake about it. We don't have to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go spend. Nah, man, spend time with the people that you love and that love you back. Those people, whether it's your friend, your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your favorite cousin, your best friend, like whoever that person is for you. Like, like try to spend as much time as you can with them before they leave this plane, because nothing is promised, y'all. Nothing is promised. As much as we want it to be and think that nah, man, nothing is promised. If you have the ability to do it. And again, I don't know where this is all really coming from. Because like I said, I feel blessed. I feel blessed to have the family that I have and to feel this way about people. Like I really do feel extremely blessed to have what I have. Like I really do. And it's just like, oh my god. Wow. I don't know how to do that one. I guess I do know where part of it is coming from. That's we all lose that somebody, y'all, and like I said, I've been saying this for a while, like like this time of year is especially difficult because I did have and I still do. Like I said, I still have my mom and my dad, my brother and my sister, my family. My family is here. So I'm blessed to have all of them. But there's always those extra people that some of us are blessed to have, and I had that. And unfortunately, I don't know more. And again, not taking away from what I do have, just, oh, jeez. Just, I didn't try this last time. Oh my gosh. Alright, well, that worked. And and this person was always the person that was like, hey, let's get together and barbecue on Labor Day, and let's get together and throw your son a birthday party. What do you mean you're not gonna throw him a birthday party? Like, and we did, as much time as we could, we always did. You know what I'm saying? When the invite was out, man, if we didn't have anything else to do, nah, we were going. We were gonna go at least pick up a plate. Oh, darn it. At least go pick up a plate, just so we can say hi, and again, spend just that little bit of time, just to say hi, just to give a hug, just to go pick up your plate. You know, like yeah, you know, like that's how special this person was to me. So like I don't feel bad because whatever time I could, I did. We did as a family. We did. Oh jeez. And you know there were always hopes. There were always plans. You know to spend more time together. You know, not less time. We can finally spend more time together. There was that plan for that. You know, just tomorrow wasn't promised. Tomorrow wasn't promised, y'all. You know, I'm gonna start crying. I'm gonna start crying. Shoot. Oh, I messed that one up. I didn't even realize what I needed to do. um, yeah, you know, tomorrow wasn't promised, y'all. So, you know, all those plans that we were hoping, all those birthday celebrations, graduations, just other ceremonies. Never gonna happen, y'all. Never gonna happen. That sucks. You know, that sucks. That straight up sucks. Still got hit. You know, we spend as much time as we could. Again, at the end of life, wasn't enough. And not that I didn't enjoy the time. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I wanted more. You know, I wanted even more time together. More memories together. And damn. And we just, you know, that's why I always say tomorrow's never promised, y'all, because it's not. We don't know. You know, we can't just assume and we can't just hope. So when we got the time today, why not spend it today? You know, reprioritize the things that you need to do so you can give your family that loves you, that adores you, the time. Because even though I got a lot of time, even though I got a lot of time with the special person, even though I got a lot of time, and I do mean a lot of time. Oh, damn. Oh, darn it. I think I messed up somewhere. Oh, is this like a laser I can't cross through? Oh, no. You know, it's rough this time of year, cause, and I think it's a little, oh darn it, and it might be a little overly rough too, cause you know I'm away from my, you know, from I guess my birth family, my family through birthright. You know, but you know, this would have been the time that we spent time together. That we, shoot, shoot, shoot. Um, do more come out if I just stand here? Oh shoot, they do. I'm gonna go back in here then. Um, you know, it's just, you know, there was always food at the house. There was always, you know, there was always festivities going on, and there was always festivities at the house, and oh shoot. Oh darn it. Okay, well you can't get close to him with that. So I was doing pretty good with the blizzard. You know, it's just, it's rough, y'all. It's rough. You know, that was gonna be the whole reprioritization of how we spend our time. You know, we were gonna spend more time together. Like we already had the plans. We were gonna go to Vegas. You know, we were gonna throw a joint birthday party to have, you know, like a family together for this particular birthday party. Like there was just so many plans. You know what I'm saying? That was just leaving like the first, like, I don't know, like 3 years that we're talking about these things. You know, like. We're, you know, like the first 3 years that we're talking like, all right, cool, we're gonna hit this casino, then we're gonna go do this, and then for winter we can try to do this, and like there was just so many things. You know, when the boy comes back, we're gonna go try to do this, and you know, so there was just all these plans to just spend so much more time together, and life said, nah, that's not how this is gonna go. And it just, you know, and I don't want to say it feels unfair, because, you know, as I told myself, you know, I've been very blessed to have the life and the people around me who have been around me. And this particular person, one of those people outright, you know, like, I was blessed to have this person in my life. Like truly, ultimately, just blessed to have this person in my life. And you know, just I wanted more time, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I wish I had more time. No, I wanted more time. Like I wanted more time. I wanted to do these things. I wanted to go to these places. I wanted to experience this with, you know, with this person. I wanted my family, you know, like my wife, my son, like a whole family, to my brother, my, you know, like everybody, like my, you know, my cousins, you know, like, you know, there was plans, there was plans being made. And life was like, nah, this is not how this is gonna go. I'm sorry, I'm being super depressive. I apologize. Like, it's just things that I think about. You know, as I got in older, and as I said, as I'm trying to find discipline in my life and like where I need to really prioritize my life and try to figure out how to make things work. You know, it's just things that come to me. They're not really thoughtful things, or I guess they're blessings. Yes, the end result, unfortunately, is not that of a happy pursuit. You know, you hope that people heed your warning, heed your messaging, that if they have the time to have somebody in their life like, you know, like this person, and you have the time to spend time when they invite you over for food, you know, you go for food, you know. Oh shoot. Yeah, if they say, hey, you think you can come over and help me with my computer, you think you go over and you help them with their computer. You know, like you just do these things. Like these are the things you do. Because sometimes you're gonna wish that they can call you and be like, yeah, can you come fix my computer? Yeah, I'll go right now, you know. Because sometimes it doesn't work that way, and you're gonna be left holding some thoughts of what exactly were you doing when you couldn't be, you know, when you could have been doing this, you know. I I guess always had, you know, the reason, you know, it was my son. Like when we didn't attend family events, it's because my son had a performance, my son had a show, you know. And worst case scenario is my son was sick, um, you know. But other than that, nah, if we can make it, we made it because we wanted to be with, darn it, we wanted to be with the family, you know. So if we couldn't make it, is because we were doing other things, because we were, you know, my son, you know, it was important for my son to perform and be at certain places, and it was important to him. So if it's important to him, it's important to us, right? So, you know, that's what we were doing. But when we didn't have that, and it was like, hey, can you guys come over for a carne asada? Can you guys come over for, you know, for this? Because it's the last day of summer. The kids are almost going back to school. Hey, we're throwing whoop-de-woo a birthday party. You know, can you come down? Yeah, you know, absolutely. Even if it's just to go get a plate, like I said, even if it's just to go get a plate, you know, like we went because we just wanted, you know, because picking up a plate, darn darn it, darn it, darn it. That doesn't work. I don't even think those balls work. You know, so I got to spend a lot of time with said person, and but I just miss spending time with said person. You know, not getting the birthday text, not getting the random hellos. You know, just damn it. Oh my gosh, I'm getting smoked by this cat. Do I have an E canister? So, yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry I'm being super depressive. My bad, man. That wasn't my intent. It's just Oh my god. I'm just being super reminiscent right now of, I know they sound like tragic memories, but it's not that they're tragic memories. Well, that doesn't work. I'm gonna go try something else. They're not, they're not tragic memories at all. They're just memories, y'all. They're just memories. You know? They're great memories. So make those memories, y'all. Make those memories. Because I have so many memories. Now that life is what life is and time has become what time has become, I have so many wonderful memories. Like, many wonderful memories that I'm happy I can revisit, that I'm happy that I can, like, always look back on, be like, man, that day was dope. That event was dope. This was awesome. This was, I have so many of those memories. And it's selfish of me to say I want more, you know what I'm saying? But I do want more. Or I, wanted more. I, can't ask for what cannot be given to me. So, it's 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 a blessing and it's a curse. Like it is like it like legit. It's a blessing. That's a curse because I do have those memories and they're great memories. And I'll never ever wish to cash those in for anything, for anything. But now that I know no more good times are possible, it makes me miss those days. It hurts, y'all. It hurts. It legit hurts. It legit hurts. So, and I guess again, selfishly. Oh shoot. Selfishly, I can sit back and be like, nah, like I was blessed. I was blessed. I don't wish that I could have spent more time with her. I wish I had more time to spend. You know, and now when I look at my life now, being 43, knowing, not really knowing, y'all. We don't know. Like we don't know. Like we don't know if tomorrow is promised or any of that sort. So we don't know. So looking at my life now, I want to be disciplined at work, but that also means being disciplined at home. Yeah, I don't care that my son is like, I don't care that my son is 20 going on 21. I don't want to spend less time with him. You know what I'm saying? I want to spend as much time as he's willing to give me. I know that he's getting older, and I know that it's his own life. I've never stopped him from pursuing his own life. I'm not that type of dad. I'm not. I never stop. But whenever this dude might need me for something, like I want to be there for him because who knows if tomorrow is gonna be too late. And I don't ever want to have, I don't want to ever want to have that feeling that I could have been there for him today, tomorrow. You know, like, no, as I gotten older, no. So I do have to become more disciplined. So like when work is work, then work is work. You know, like that part is understood. Like work has to be done. Like that's not a that's not a that's not like a what do I want to label this as? It's not a, oh crap. It's not like a I don't want to say like it's a bad omen or anything. It's, you know, I have to work hard when it's time to work hard. Damn, that was pretty cool. And I got halfway. You know, I just, it sucks, y'all. It sucks. You know, and you know, just realizing how much more time I probably could have spent with my, you know, with my wife and kid. You know, oh shoot, are you serious? This thing is so quick. You know, how much more quality time I could have spent with them if I wasn't focused on stuff that I wasn't doing at work. Oh, if I do this, I can find this and I can write this report this way and I can, it doesn't matter, y'all. Oh shit. At the end of the day, all those companies still fired me. They didn't pay me a bonus. They didn't, you know, give me any vacation time. None of that jazz, you know, like there was nothing there. You know, there was nothing there. There was nothing that they gave me that I couldn't have gone somewhere else. Now the experiences, and I've said this before, the experiences that I got, yeah. You know, like those are different. You know, like that, you know, that is a work thing. But at the same time, I grinded for those. You know what I'm saying? Those weren't given to me. Like, I grinded for those opportunities that I got at work. Like, I put in the work to be considered for some. Oh, damn it. I put in the work to be considered for some of those opportunities. So, you know, I got out of work what I put into it. The reason why I was trusted with a lot of those things that I got is because of the way that I was at work. Disciplined, hardworking, attentive. You know, things that I wasn't early on being a family man. You know, things that came a lot harder to me. You know, when it shouldn't have been. It should have been easy for me to be that way with my family. But you know, being self-reflective, I'm lucky that I know that now. You know, I'm lucky that I know that now. You know, so doesn't make it any easier to accept some of the facts that I just spoke about, but you know, I don't wanna be left holding a bag of today's regret tomorrow. You know, and I don't want to do that no more. And part of it is being disciplined here, and then being disciplined, you know, at home. And I'm trying. You know, I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying I've done it. I'm trying. And that's all you can do as a human being is try your best. And I'm trying. And, you know, heading into the next quarter century, you know, there are plans, there are hopes. And we'll see. You know, hopefully something pans out. You know, if it's another company, what's behind this bush? Is this like a secret? Damn, that was pretty powerful against that. Yeah. Getting all sappy, and I hope it doesn't come out as judgmental, y'all, because really, if you about your grind, I get it. You about your grind, and that's awesome. That's awesome. You have to be about your grind. You know, the things that I've been able to provide for my family don't come if I don't grind it out. That's just a fact about my situation. If I don't put in the work that I put into my job, I don't. I forgot I had this. I forgot I had that. You know, if I don't put in the work that I put in, I'm not about my grind, and I don't do some of the stuff that we actually enjoy that came from work, you know, like, oh crap. Oh, darn it. Oh, I thought I could do that. I thought I could do that. That would have been so slick, but I messed up. I think I know how to get it. But yeah, y'all, while you have the time, you know, be about your grind. Always be about your grind. But the grind you put in at work, remember, your family will appreciate it that much more. And if by chance, you know, like, the grind isn't worth it to you. Oh, I didn't get it. I can't believe I missed that. You know, there are going to be people, even the people that you decide to settle down with, that are not going to be appreciative. And again, I'm blessed. You know, I'm blessed. I have a wife that appreciates the time I put in. It's me who didn't appreciate the time that we had to put in. Right? That, like, I'm being 100% honest. Like, it's me that didn't appreciate the time I could have been putting in. Because whatever reason that I thought or whatever, you know, it was me that didn't appreciate it. Okay. Oh, it doesn't work. But I collected it, but I died. So it was me that didn't appreciate the time. So, you know, when I should have been putting in the grind at home. Because, to be true, I mean, that's all she ever wanted. You know what I'm saying? She just wanted to feel appreciated. She wanted to feel a sense of accomplishment and planning something for the family. You know, and I wasn't always supportive of that. You know, and that's my fault. Damn. And that's my fault. Have I tried this twice already? This is the third time. We'll do it one more time. You know, it was my fault. I'm mad enough to admit that it was my fault. You know, and just again looking back, it's like I don't want to find myself in that same predicament, that same mindset of like, I gotta grind it out for this company and blah blah. Like, nah, I'm gonna grind it out for y'all. You know, if anybody's watching this from a certain company or whatever, I'm gonna grind it out. That's what I've done. Even if you want to look at my current LinkedIn and see the post that I put in about Nat Games, no, I grinded it out for them too. But they didn't appreciate what I was doing for them, not one bit. Not one bit. And I put in that same amount of effort, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was thinking, I was working 16-hour days on a remote job, mind you. I was working 16-hour days, you know what I'm saying? Because I thought it would help the product. I thought it would help the company. I thought it would do all these things. Man, we all got fired at the end. They closed down the whole thing. The people that got kept on to move something else, they got screwed over. Like, nah, man, like it ain't worth it to like it wasn't worth it for me to miss certain parts of even my son's life then. You know, like there was small little things where I could have spent more time with my wife. I could have, I could have done more things. But I didn't. Why? Because I wanted to be the good company man. Nah, respect was not paid both ways. So why did I even bother? You know? Like, why did I even bother spending that extra time that I didn't need to spend? You know, when I could have just gave them the time that they were essentially paying me for. And that's it. And, spend more time with my family and grind out my family time. Well, I didn't because I was being an idiot. Straight. I was being a moron, man. I was being stupid with my time. I was being an idiot with my time. And I don't want to do that anymore. I don't. Like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it for me. Like, again, I don't go chasing money. Like, I don't go chasing money. Like, life for sure hasn't given me that much money. Life has given me the money I need, I guess. To carve out the special moments that we carved out. No, sorry, I got a cough. Damn, it's been like half an hour. I haven't beat one stage yet. Sorry, my throat got really dry. And I don't want to go into the next quarter century wishing this and hoping that and regretting that. Nah, I ain't got no regrets in life so far, so why start working on some now? Literally have no regrets in my life, because for as hard as I said my life has been, my life, you know what, it's been a dope journey. It's been a dope journey. You could write a book about my life. It would be a casual reader, but it's a dope journey. Like, there's a lot of fun short stories in my life. So, nah, the grind was the grind, man. The grind was, oh crap. The grind was the grind, and I loved it, and I would do it again. But it's it's very, how come this one you don't have no little spiders? Oh, he. Y'all saw what I was trying to do there, right? Yeah, I would have wrote it as a bug. I would have wrote it as a bug. I would see, and this is the type of thing I'm talking about. Like, my job is to find bugs. I should be focusing on the game, but I can't, And if it was for my game, cool. But it's those type of little triggers that I have. I go, oh, this would have been a bug. This would have been this. But so it's been a cool journey. I ain't got no regrets about my journey. Damn. I got no regrets about my journey, none of that, because it's led to a really dope life. It's just those moments that I had to to spend with my son, to spend with my wife, more quality hours. The very few free ones that I had sometimes during those, crazy months of my career in QA. Oh crap. Oh crap. Oh my god. Bro, I was so far ahead of that and I still died. Oh, I feel like this is the stage though. I gotta make it to the boss. There's no way the stage is beating me like that. There's no way the stage is beating me like that. No. No. Um. What was I saying? I don't know. I can't do it anymore. Like I can't put off enjoying certain things because I have to work. Like, nah, I can't do that anymore. I just can't. I'm too old for that. There's literally no payment at the end. Now look, had I had a career for 20 years at one company, whether it had been Activision, Treyarch, Blizzard, like if I had ever had, any of success to like have, a 15, 20-year career, one of those companies, yeah, I wouldn't even be talking about it right now because I would have had some stability in my life. I would have most likely had, the ability to live a life, not survive a life, but to actually live a life, then yeah, maybe it would have been worth it. Maybe I have a home right now, maybe I don't necessarily need to work right now that I don't have a job. I can enjoy this time with my family if everything, played out the same as it's played out, but it hasn't. I'm literally in the same situation now after 20 years of putting work first. I'm in the same situation that I've been 3 times before, where I don't have a job. I don't have money. I don't have money coming in. Unemployment is my money. Like I'm still in this situation. I don't have anything saved up. They didn't give me no good severance. None of this stuff. So what was it all for? For a paycheck, essentially. The experiences that I got, again, I grinded for those experiences. So I got what I put out of it. But other than what I put in, what has this industry given me? What did this industry give me? The industry never gave me nothing. This industry didn't give me anything, yo. Why am I missing that jump? Oh, I don't know why that jump is getting me all of a sudden. I did that quick last time and now it's like it's getting me. I think I'm just taking the wrong angle on it. So, and again, I'm just being reflective because I'm just a little bit, like I'm angry at myself. To keep it 100% honest, I'm a little angry at myself. Oh my, that time I didn't even jump. Oh, I'm just angry at myself for allowing it to happen, for allowing these companies to just treat me this way. For taking the abuse, for taking and it hasn't been all of them, all right? Let's not get it twisted and be like it's all of them, but like, why did I take it at that? Like, why did I take it? Like, why? Like, why? Like, there was literally no reason for me to take it at that, and I took it. Why did I take it at that? What exactly were they offering me Where I went, yeah, this sounds like it's something you can come through on. There's something that you promised me and you're going to fulfill this. Like, what? What exactly did they offer me that I was like, yeah, this is going to be like the spot, you know, like, because they didn't give me anything. They didn't give me not a single thing there. I walked away with nothing. I don't even have the product that I put my damn it. The game that I put my sweat into, my profession into, game doesn't exist. When they closed the studio, they literally got rid of everything except for their social aspects. Like somehow their social media accounts are still up and everything. So why did I give this company almost 4 years? Why did I miss certain things that I missed? Why did I allow certain things to happen? Like what exactly were these people gonna do to me? Fire me, man? They couldn't get nobody better. They couldn't get nobody better. Period. For a fact, I know they couldn't get nobody better. And if people want to feel some way about that, all right, feel some way about that. But when I say this being me, right? I say this being like, I actively talk people out of coming to this company because it was crap. So for the way they were treating us and disrespecting us and just not giving us what we were due, mind you, what we were due. Why did I keep giving them my time? There was no reason. They didn't deserve it, and I kept giving it to them. You know? But I allowed it to happen. I should have told them to sit on spin on multiple occasions, but I allowed it to happen. So, you know? And, you know, it is what it is. You can't change it, you know. I can't go back and be like, well, I'm not giving them those 4 years again. Like, again, it's done. It's gone. You know what I'm saying? Them almost 4 years is done with. Oops. Those almost 4 years is done with. So I already gave it to them. They got what they wanted out of me, and I got nothing to show for it. I don't want to do that again. I'm too old. I'm too old. I'm too jaded. I'm too, I don't know. I just don't want to do that again, y'all. I just don't. I don't want to be stuck in that rut for my life. You know, like, I just don't want to be. Oh, that was a mistake. Ooh, oh my gosh. I can't make it up there with a rush, so how would I go up there? Huh. And this is only halfway. Oh, and it goes back. Damn. Yeah, yeah. I mean, and again, I'm still on this subject. Just when you have the time to spend with your, especially your kids. If you have children, there is nothing more you can give them than your time. For whatever reason, growing up, they just want to be around us. That shit is low key annoying. That shit is low key annoying. And I don't mean to cuss, but you know, like when you look at it, it's like, damn, they really do want to spend time with us. Why? I don't even want to spend time with myself. You know, like, oh well. Like I don't even want to spend time with myself. Why do they want to spend so much time with me? But it matters. It low key matters. Later in life, it matters. You wouldn't think that it does, but it matters. Oh. Oh. Okay. You know, so while you have the time, give the time. Because tomorrow is never promised, y'all. That is a message for today. Tomorrow is never promised. Damn it. I thought I can kind of sneak under that, but I guess I was wrong. Oh, what the? um, yeah, yo. Outside of my long, just kind of personal rant, I hope y'all are doing great. I hope y'all are doing, absolutely wonderful. I hope that life has blessed you with people you want to be around. Damn it. Oh, I can't even touch that. Okay. Ooh. Because, out of all the things, work isn't going to remember that report that you did for them. Work is never going to appreciate. Work is never going to appreciate the effort that you put in. That paycheck is not appreciation. That paycheck is a paycheck. That paycheck is what you earned for delivering the services that you promised you would render. If that's all you get from them, then that's all that you should be giving them. Enough for that, not anything more. You know what I'm saying? If they really not going to treat you with the respect that you deserve, the appreciation that you deserve in the form of bonuses, promotions, whatever may come at, like whatever it is that you need. Like if they really not going to give you that, then why are you giving them, all this extra thought? Like they don't deserve it. Damn it. They don't deserve it. So stop giving it to them. Give them. Darn it, I missed. Give them what they pay for. Give them what they pay for. Nothing more. Nothing more. And I know that doesn't even, I know it makes me sound like a disgruntled employee and stuff, but it's not disgruntlement, it's just legit how it needs to be. because they literally don't care. And if you have a good company that cares about you, then good. You know, I don't know of any. You know, and maybe that's why I I did what I did at Nat, because I thought it was gonna be like that. You know, I thought it was gonna be like that, and I tried to ignore a lot of the telltale signs that it wasn't gonna be like that. And by the time I discovered, by the time I discovered it, it wasn't necessarily too late, but at the same time, I didn't really have many options. You know, because like being lazy at work, like, is not something that has ever been promoted to me, not even as a child. You know, so I couldn't just stop caring about work. I couldn't just stop caring about the product. I couldn't just stop. Like, it's not in me. Like I'm not gonna front. I thought about it. I thought about just waking up, logging in, and not doing anything, like nothing at all. I thought about that so many times. And I even tried it a few times. You know what I'm saying? Like, I even tried it a few times. Oh my gosh. I even tried it a few times. You know, I like, there were certain days where I would wake up and I wouldn't give my 100. Like, I wouldn't. You know, but after, like, the first day, I was like, oh, this feels wrong. You know, like, I still had some morality about that. So, I put in my effort, and I did what I had to do. And oh, snaps. Oh, snap. Oh! He has a pat. I had him so close. I didn't even realize how close I had him. Let's do that one again. I think I got this one. I think I got this one. I don't know. If I can find a place to grind it out for the next 20 years doing something that I love, even if it's something I don't know I love doing right now, like being a candy maker or making beef jerky or something, or being like a brewmaster, like making beer and stuff. If I found a job where, like, that was a possibility, where I can spend the next 20 years making beer at a good brewery, or and then like, obviously the paycheck would be there, but but I'm thinking more so like, like, I can put in work. I don't have to worry about my health, or oh, damn it. Oh my gosh. I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind putting in time in but companies like that don't really exist. you know there's always going to be something lacking. There's always going to be something that you as a person need. That's just human nature, unfortunately. Like the It's just I'm a very simple person. I'm a very simple person. Like straight up, I'm a very simple person. Oh damn it! And I kind of know where I would like to go personally. How I get there. Oh, I should have just gone all the way through. I thought I could make it, but no, I cannot. I should have just got hit once and just gone. But who knows, you know? If you hope hard enough, maybe the answers that you're looking for come to you. And that's essentially what I'm trying to do, yo. I'm just trying to put it out there into the universe. Just trying to put it out there into the universe and hope somebody's listening. And see where life takes me. I don't need to be out of survival mode. I just need to feel like I'm respected a little bit more than I have been, you know. You know, I don't know. Respect goes a long way. In my book, respect goes a long way. And and again, it's part of the reason why I feel that way too is because there was. So I've had a lot of good managers, and I've spoken about this before too. I had a lot of good managers in my career. You know, reason why we got fired. You know, unfortunately, sometimes it's the business. You know, my manager is not only there to manage me, help me, he's there to manage the business. So, you know, you always, you have to do what you gotta do sometimes as a manager, and that's why I respect a lot of the managers that I had. You know, like my first boss, Dave Diaz, and I hope like me name dropping him is not a problem for him, but if it is, my bad. um it's you know, he showed patience with me when nobody else even gave me the opportunity. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. You know, like, this dude didn't have to try to teach me the hard lessons that he taught me. He could have just said, man, F this youngster, F this dude. Like, he don't want to be here. I can give this job to anybody else. And he is not lying. He is not lying. You know, he could have gave that to any other young cat. He could have gave it to somebody who was younger than me. I wasn't that old when he was my manager, but I started late. I started when I was 23 and 22. No, 20, 22, no, 23. You know what I mean? Like, I started when I was 23. So, like, damn it. Oh my gosh. You know, but he had that level of just respect as a whole. Where, yeah, I got shot in the butt. He had that respect level as a whole. So, like, that dude, even though I didn't show him that when he was my manager, I ain't got nothing but the utmost respect for this cat. Like, nothing but respect. And again, Um, he didn't have to do what he did for me. And then after that was my manager, my manager, my manager Igor. I'm not gonna give his last name. uh, like he was the first dude, legit, that showed me that hard work pays off. Cause there was an instance in World at War where, jeez, I'm being distracted by my own thoughts. I mean, I should just shut up and play the damn game. Let me try one more time. Damn, I haven't beat one single person. I thought I was gonna finish this game today. And there was, and when we were in World at War, I put in time. And a lot of people put in time. I'm not saying a lot of people didn't put in time, but I was going that extra step. I'm not even gonna front and try to play it casual. No, I was going that extra step. Like I was doing a lot of extra stuff. Like a lot of extra stuff. And I didn't do it for appreciation. I didn't even do it for the paycheck. I didn't. I did it because I had a slightly bigger paycheck, and I was paying it forward. Taking care of my team. Getting them breakfast, getting them, energy drinks, because that was a whole, QA mantra back then. You know what I'm saying? We had energy drinks and stuff. That we had to, that you didn't have to, but that we were going through. So, I was just doing, what I want, what was right for me to do. At least that was my feeling, that it was right for me to do it. So I did it. On top of doing, stand-ups, which wasn't like a big thing back then. Like, stand-ups wasn't a thing that you do. I was doing stand-ups, going with my developer and our graphics engineer every morning, unprompted. Hey, what you need us to focus on today? What you want us to write reports on? What do you need us to, prioritize pretty much? Oh, do this, do that. I want the report by, the morning or this time so that I can read it, blah, blah, blah. All right, cool. And they got back to him that I was doing all this extra stuff. So one time, I had worked, I think like 80 hours or something like that. And, I knew how much my paycheck usually ran for when I worked at that time. It usually ran about X amount of money. And right now I don't remember, to be honest. Like, I don't remember. I know how much 100-hour gives you after taxes. Ooh, I made it the whole way through on one. But I remember my paycheck being like a certain amount, and this time it was like just that much bigger, like just that much bigger. And I was like, damn, is this a mistake? Is this a mistake? Because, it just seems a lot higher than it should be, What the hell? Okay, I'm picking the wrong things. That's what it is. And so my check came out bigger. It was like a couple $100 bigger, I think usually I was like at 6 something, I think, maybe even like 7. Because we were working that many hours, and I was making $11 an hour. And then one time it just happened to be that much bigger, and I was like, huh. So I collected my check, I collected my check, and ooh, look at that! I collected my check, cashed it. So I was like, man, I'm broke right now. Like, I need this money. And I was like, and I just deal with paying it back tomorrow. If I need to pay it, like, if I need to pay it back, then I need to pay it back. Like, there's nothing I can do about that, you know? Oh, I'm out. Um, so I cashed it. I went home. Told wife, like, hey, check him out. X amount bigger. I don't know if I have to pay it back, baby, but just so you're aware. Um, I got a little bit extra money. Cool. Went back and talked. Jeez. Went back and talked to him the day after. Knocked on his door. Tuk, tuk. And come in. I'm like, oh damn. I'm like, hey Igor, how are you? He's like, I'm good. How are you? I'm like, I'm good, Igor. Let me holler at you right quick though. I noticed that my paycheck is, damn. Oh my gosh. Like, I noticed that my paycheck was a little bigger than it usually is. He played it casual. It was. Uh-oh. That's going to be a problem. And I was like, like I knew it. Like, I shouldn't have said nothing, And I told him, yeah, so what, it was a mistake. And he was like, no. Hey, I seen the work you've been putting in, and I gave you and some of the other guys out here, a little bump in pay, but since you're the lead, I gave you a little bit more. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, I've seen. I don't want to do his voice anymore. I don't want to feel like I'm mocking him. And he was like, I gave a few of the guys a little bit more. And you were one of them. You've been doing great work. You got the team, ahead of schedule. You're doing all these extra things. And I want to make sure that you got rewarded, that you got compensated and rewarded, correctly. Damn, thank you so much, Igor. Oh my goodness, thank you. Like, man, like I never got a raise before, and I never got a promotion like this before. He's like, you've been doing good work. He's like, just keep it up. Don't get lazy. And stay on it. I was like, yeah, Igor, thank you. Thank you so much. And he was like, yeah, no problem. Just keep up the good work. Cool. Man, like that was the spot that I worked the most, and I would go back and do it again. Like, legit, I would go back and do every second of Treyarch over again. Through all the 100-hour weeks, the 24-hour days, the everything. I would go back and do it again, because that place showed me respect. Like that is so rare to find in a company that, any level of respect, much less to be respected like that. I got 2 of these. Actually, you know what? I don't want to do that, because I don't have any energy here. I'm gonna see how far I can get my blaster. Oh my god. Oh, you know what? I can beat it with this. I'm gonna stay here. I think I can beat it with the road ball. Yeah. Damn, that was very effective. That was very effective. Cool, we got one. Yay! And him showing me the level of respect it has stuck with me through this. So if you out there and you just happen to come in on this, Igor, Nothing but respect. Absolutely nothing but respect. Cause and this might make some people mad, and I guess whatever. You were the best manager, the best boss I ever had, Igor. Like, I try to base like my whole managerial process and way of thinking based on how you managed me and the things that you showed me, the things that you spoke to me about, paying it forward, respecting people, like giving them their due props, just unwarranted, like unwarranted, just being honest with people, letting them know where they're messing up, if they're messing up, like little things like that, like a lot of it comes from what the way that you approached me, and help me out. Um, oh, it gets more acidic as it goes on. And I always try that. I always try to be respectful of the people that I managed or led. And if I messed up somewhere along the lines, I try to be good the next time. I try to be better the next time. And I always felt like that was what you were trying to do with us. Like you were always being respectful of us. You were always being, real with us and honest with us, and find ways to manage us the best that you could. And I always respected that from you. And I tried I tried my best. I tried my absolute best to really be, not like you, because there's only going to be one Igor, the way there's only going to be one mode. But I tried to, to pay like homage to your style, because it's still to this day, it's so refreshing to just, just, I guess, be respected to your face for the work that you're doing. I know there's only so much you can control, but whatever you could control, you did for me. You did for me, and I'm never gonna forget that. Like, I'm never ever gonna I'm never ever gonna forget that. That I was fortunate enough to have you as my manager, to learn from you, damn it, to, to just show me that I don't have to be a stuck up, asshole, like I don't have to be one, because you never were. You were never a stuck up asshole. You were never a person that we couldn't talk to. You were never a person that was too busy for us. Like, yes, there was times where you were busy, and essentially we had no access to you. Yes, I'm not saying, oh, this dude was with us. Oh, damn it. I'm not saying this dude was like, oh, we can just knock the door and he'd be like, hey, no. Everybody has their own thing they got to do. And there was times where he just, he wasn't available, but that was understood. When he was available, he was available for anybody, and anything that you needed. He was available. And that's what I wanted to carry myself forward. That we all understand there's a personal life that needs to be had, that is had. But when you're there as the manager, and your team need to be there for them, and you were always there for us, and I never forgot that. Like, I absolutely never forgot that. There you go. I never forgot that, man, and I always wanted to be a manager like that, where I can help out my people the best way that I can, and I hope the people that I have managed or led kind of feel that, because I tried. I really did try my best, y'all. You know, just like just like Igor. There's only so much I could control when I could control it. But please know that when I could, I tried my absolute best, like my absolute best to do right by y'all. As best as I could. I tried my absolute best, and I hope y'all felt that. I hope that y'all, you know, like I hope that, yeah, I just hope that whenever I had the chance to lead or be that person, that people felt that. And I know there's gonna be some people that I rubbed the wrong way. That part is understood. And if I rubbed you the wrong way, you know what? I probably meant to rub you the wrong way, because again, I don't take nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't accept nonsense. I don't accept disrespect. So like if you felt some way, it's you started that. I'm not saying I'm a better person for doing it. I'm just saying you started it. Cause I don't come at nobody with disrespect. I would never disrespect the teachings of my mentor by just being mean to somebody. Cause that dude from day one always approached me with respect. So I always, and my dad taught me the same thing. My dad taught me to respect everybody, and but if I was responsible for you in any which way, if we had the chance to work together, I hope that if we had a good relationship, that you felt like I was just trying to be the best person. Like I was never trying to be an asshole. And if I come out that way, you know what? I'm not gonna say it's not within my realms to be there. Sometimes I could be. And if we had a mutual relationship in terms of like we spoke to each other, respectfully, but you felt like I just went like off the deep end sometimes, or you didn't like it, you know what? Then my bad. You know what I'm saying? That was never my intent. That never is my intent. That never is my intent. It's just, sometimes I can be opinionated, and sometimes I say stuff. Sometimes I'm human. Um, but I don't think I ever said anything to anybody that I truly respected in a mean or vulgar way. Because again, it's not my disposition to just come at people respectfully, regardless of my position, regardless of how I feel about myself, my skills, my talents, whatever it is that I have. Nah, I would never come at you disrespectfully, because it's just not within me to do some stuff like that. Like that is not in my realm. Like just outright disrespect, that's outside my realm. Like I don't come at anybody with just disrespect. If you getting disrespect from me, it's because you gave it to me first, and I don't turn the other cheek. I really don't. I've never been that person. I'll tolerate a hit. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you the same cheek to slap over and over again. You know what I'm saying? That I've been responsible for doing so many times. But nah, if you ever gave me disrespect, oh, I know you don't like. Damn it! I know you don't like me. Like, I know for a fact you don't like me because you thought you can say whatever you wanted to me. Nah. That's not how that works with me. You know what I'm saying? I'll tolerate a lot of it because I have to. You know, because I have to. That's just, unfortunately, that's the way corporate America works, you know? People with the biggest egos sometimes get put in positions that they shouldn't be put in charge of. It comes with it. And that part I completely understand. It's part of it, so I just try to be cool because maybe this person is just that way as a defense mechanism. Maybe this person, you know, doesn't really mean it. You know, maybe they don't want to be burned. You know, maybe they think maybe they think I'm a jerk. And fair, fine. You know, come at me, you know, come at me for being a jerk before I come at you for being a jerk. Fine, fair, completely human, completely fair. Nah, but if we've known each other, worked together for 5 6 months, and we had some good conversations, or we done had a good working relationship, and you still come with the disrespect, nah, that's probably what you mad at me about. You know what I'm saying? Because I came at you with the same energy, like I matched your energy, and you didn't like it. You know, I'm not gonna apologize for that because I got nothing to apologize for that. You know, like I don't. Because I done what should have been done, you know. Damn, he said can't lose now and got blown up. And this is my last life. I think I just need a better weapon. Let me try this. This one seems to work in like a lot of stages and a lot of scenarios. Those little rubber balls tend to do a lot of damage. Damn it. Alright. Let's go to stage select. I think I can beat this stage. But yeah, no, Igor was dope. And then my lead at that position too, Papa Bear, Jason. Man, you know, and I you know what? And before I even get to him as a lead, my first true blue, like this is my lead, you know, like this was the dude that you know, before Igor showed me that managerial respect like that, you know, because like I said, Dave showed me what it took to earn that respect, I guess, essentially, you know, and I appreciate him for that. But it was different. It was a different relationship, you know what I'm saying? Like he was like the old school like kung fu master in my book, you know what I'm saying? Like this dude was not gonna show you mercy, you know. I didn't know him like that, you know, and again, he didn't do anything like bad or malicious or anything of that sort, you know. It was just a different relationship. But my first lead, Steve Villalongo over at Sony. Damn, why do I keep saying their whole names? They probably don't even want to be known like this. And it's too late now. Like I can't go back and erase it. This is live. Like that dude, man. Like he was cool. Like he was just a cool dude. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the dude that probably could have been. Same thing, like he could have been a jerk if he wanted to be a jerk, but he wasn't a jerk, you know. And I appreciate him for that. Like this dude did take me under his wing to mentor. Like the way that I write bugs is because the way he taught me how to write bugs. The notebook thing that I do is because this dude put it, like he gave me that, you know, he gave me that thing of writing my bugs in a notebook. So I can keep track, because he was like, hey, people are going to come asking questions, because the one thing that you probably don't know about QA, because you knew, is that people don't Yes, they want you to find bugs, but they never want to believe that your bugs are real. So you need to write this stuff down. You need to document what number this is, and what's his face? What did we use at the time? I forgot what we were using. Bugzilla, maybe? I can't remember. Um, um, so you know, like a lot of my proceed. Oh my, Jesus! Why do I keep missing that jump? Wow. You know, like this dude really did take me under his wing to teach me stuff that he didn't have to teach me. You know what I'm saying? Having those real conversations with me, almost like a big cousin, like a big cousin, and like like I never had a big guy cousin. I have a big girl cousin. She a real one. She a real one. I ain't gonna drop her name because I don't know if I can or not. I think I can. I'm gonna drop her name. My cousin Claudia. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's my big girl cousin. She was like a big sister to me. You know, like, she taught me a lot too. But like it's different. It's a different type of things that she was able to teach me than that I was taught from Steve, right? So this dude talked to me like he was a big cousin, mentoring me. Talking to me real, like keeping it 100 with me. Oh, I don't remember if. Oh, there we go. Oh, that works. Oh my gosh. And like he was a true OG, man. Like that dude right there, he was nothing but respect for Mr. Villalongo, yo. Like that dude was cool. So then we get to Papa Bear. And this dude was a cat, that that trusted me with being the lead on the PS3 team, even though I never done it before. This dude trusted me to take care of the team. He didn't interfere. He always trusted my word. He always trusted my work. He always, like this dude just trusted me. He trusted me. And since we have a ongoing like professional and personal relationship in terms of like, we communicate with each other through memes and stuff. Like, I'm gonna say we have a good relationship. And it was cool to feel that level of respect, like it was always cool to feel that level of respect, to just know that the work that you're also putting in is not going unnoticed by, like by your lead, like he's giving you credit for everything. Like he trusts your work, the quality of your work. Like this dude just trusted me. And like I could never I can never like really repay that back, you know what I'm saying? Because he's another one of these dudes like Igor, you know what I'm saying? Like he didn't have to trust me. He didn't have to damn it. He didn't have to trust me, but he did. And them four cats right there are like the Mount Rushmore of my managers and my leads, like Dave Diaz, Villalongo, Igor, Papa Bear, like them dudes are the Mount Rushmores of my managers of like setting the foundation for what I try to become, you know, what I try to become. I can't be like them, they can't be like me. You know, I believe there's some aspects where I perform better than they are. Not that I'm better at my job or better at doing what they did for me, for other people. Nah, you know what I'm saying? Because there isn't me doing for other people without them doing for me. So I'm not even gonna try to compare and be like, well, I'm doing nah. There is no doing better than them. There is not. You know, all I can do is try to hope that I lived up to the standard that I saw that they set for me. Like I hope I can live up to that standard. You know, and if I can, and if I did them good, then cool. You know, like I hope that's what I was able to do for them, or at least you know what they see from me. But them, those are the cats that nothing but respect. I'm never gonna have nothing but the utmost respect. And if there was ever a time where I can pay it back to them, if something in my life ever struck me in a way where I can pay it back to them, then I would love to pay it back to them. Like I would love to pay it back to them because they were dope people. They were dope people. That was a lot easier. That was a lot easier. They were just dope people. And you know, I try to model my game after them, you know what I'm saying? They're my Kobe, they're my Magic, they're my Jordan. You know, they're that to me. They're like literally all of that to me. I don't even want to deal with it, yo. I forgot I had that. You know. But those cats right there, they're my Mount Rushmore of lead managers, you know, like dudes that were just excellent at the job. You know what I'm saying? Like dudes that will let you know that if you put in that time, if you put in that grind, that effort, like they gonna try their best to take care of you, treat you with that respect, show you that respect. Just the way that they did, you know, the way that they did. And I could never, ever like be thankful enough. But them cats right there, man, the Mount Rushmore, of you know, of people, you know, like outside of Papa Bear, I haven't talked to any of them dudes in a while. In a long while. You know, so yeah. Yeah, y'all. So, you know, like man, I know it doesn't happen, it doesn't exist anymore for me to find a job with like those type, you know, them type of personalities. It's just it doesn't exist anymore. It like you know, and I'm not saying I'm like the person to do it because there's probably plenty of things that I've done that people just don't like, and you know, again, I get it, but I try my best, y'all. I try my best to do right by people, to show people respect, you know, to be right by people. To be right by people, and you know, am I perfect at it? Nah, of course not, but I try, you know. I try. I try to be the best person that I can be in all the situations that life put me in. And if I fail, I fail. Like, there's nothing I can do about the failure. The only thing I can do is once I fail, I gotta be able to. I gotta be able to execute, to execute better the next time, to learn from my mistakes. Like, that's all I can really do. I forgot what was good against this dude. Blast man. Was it this? Let me try this. I don't think it's this, but let me try this. Can I even try it though? Damn it. I should. I have one life. Alright, sorry, I can't try it. Okay. Oh. So that doesn't really do much. Alright. Let me try this. I feel like this does a lot of damage.
What's wrong? Don't be a dud.
Ah, this is not doing enough damage. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Why? You know what? You know what? It's fine. I feel like I was closer last time, and I don't remember what combo I used to beat him. One more time. I was hoping to get this done by today, but nah, man, this game's kicking my butt today. It's my fault. it's my fault. It's my fault for just going down this road of memories, last quarter century. Just, it's that time, y'all. It's that time. It's that time. But all we can do is try to achieve better, try to be better. And just, just do the best that we can. We're humans. We're humans. We're absolutely just human people. And if we make mistakes, which we're going to make, just understand that that's just a part of growing up. So even when you're supposed to be grown, even if you're supposed to be grown, like, making mistakes is just a part of life. Like, you gonna make the mistakes. It don't matter if you 50, 60, 160, 6 years old. It doesn't matter. You're going to make mistakes. And if we get angry about every mistake that we make, like, we're never gonna get ourselves out of our own ruts, out of our own heads. Maybe I needed to do the ice. And don't be scared to make the mistakes. Don't be scared to leave yourself vulnerable when you're in positions of power. If by chance your feelings are taken advantage of, because you allowed yourself to be human with people who maybe didn't deserve it, Unfortunately, that's life. And I know it's always like, well, I'm gonna get them before they get me. And yeah. You know, fair. You know, I can't say no. You know, it's fair. It's fair. But let's just say there's no what's his face? There is no problem. You know what I'm saying? Like you live in this, let's say you create the problem in your head because you fear that that's going to happen to you. Right? So you spend your time being miserable, you spend your time on the defensive, you spend your time being uptight and you know, and angry because you want to get them before they get you, because it's going to happen. What if again, what if you allow yourself to be real, and you might actually find a real homie, a real friend, a real PIC, you know, whatever. Like, what if you find that person just by being truthful with them? Wouldn't you rather know, like, wouldn't you rather know where you stand with people when you real with them, instead of having to put on a mask to get along with them, to be a part of something? Like, again, I don't chase money, and it's probably why I think this way. I don't believe in brown nosing it. I always believe in being respectful. You know what I'm saying? This has nothing to do with respect. Just because I'm not brown nosing you and kissing your ass doesn't mean that I don't respect you. It doesn't. If I don't respect you, it's because I don't respect you. Because there's something that you have done, something that you are, that doesn't allow me to respect you. And if that's the case, that's the case. We don't have to talk. I don't have to engage with you. But if I do have to engage with you, I try my very best. Again, I try my very best to always be respectful. Ooh, look at him. And, you know, so... Oh, damn. You know, so that has nothing to do with respect. Because if we have to talk to each other... Oh! Hey, I could have probably beat him if I had the proper weapon while all the dodging I was doing. Hopefully I can copy that again. And it has nothing to do with respect. It really doesn't. You know? Because I will always try to come with you in a respectful way. That's just who I am. You know? Because I don't want to be mean. For what? I know what I can say when I'm mean. Nobody wins there. Not even me. You know? Like, nobody wins there. Oh, I'm out of weapons. Damn. Oh. Oh, you know what? Wait. I still got one more. Damn. You know what? That's fine. Oh, darn it. You know what? Nah, I can finish it right now. Like, I only got this one, so I hope I can finish it right now. Jeez. Oh, we got him. Let's go. We got him. We got him. We got him. That one actually worked pretty well. I didn't even know where I was going. You know, it comes down to just respect. If you respect me, I respect you. I don't care that you're making more money than me. You know, if I can see your work, if I can see what you got, bro, you earned it. You grinded it out. You did the grit. You did the grind. Female or male, you know what I'm saying? This is not just a bro. You know, it's a bro. You know what I'm saying? It's a bro situation. Ooh, that's pretty cool. You know, it's a bro situation. But if you brown nose it, like I just don't have that patience for you. You know, like when you're throwing people under the bus, or you only care about your work. You know, I got my work done. I don't know what my team is doing. I talk to them and you know, like, I don't know. I don't do well with those people, because I truly believe that your team is a reflection of leadership. If you have a poor leader that doesn't care, why are you expecting them to care? You know, and it's not that you don't care about the work. You might not care about them, and that's the part that gets them. And if it's important for them to feel appreciated, then why aren't you showing them appreciation? You know what I'm saying? Like, why do they gotta squeeze it out of you? Like, why do they have to beg for it? Like, you know, like, why are these things not something that are second nature to you to do for your team if that's what they need from you? You know, if you're that type of person, yeah, I don't got no type of respect for you. None. And I'm not saying you gotta, like, you know, like, lay on your sword for them and anything like that. Nah, you know what I'm saying? That too, like, you can't just be killing yourself for your team. It has to be a mutual, you know, thing there. But you have to try. You know, like, you have to try. Like, you have to try to do he looks cool right there. You have to try to make the best of the situation. Like, you have to. And you have to take care of your squad. You have to. You have to try to see what works for them. But if you're not that type of person, cool. You're not that type of person, that's understood. You can be however you want to be. But, you know, doesn't mean that people are gonna respect you. You know, I don't fear you and I don't respect you. Me personally, I don't mess with people like that. But if you come at people right, you try your best to be right. You try your best to stand up for your team, and you know, you just can't because of the business. That's understood. It has to be understood. You know, like, it has to be understood that the person that's supposed to take care of you can only do so much to take care of you. Like that. Oh my gosh. Keep getting hit in that stupid place over and over again. I keep not making that jump. It's not even that difficult of a jump to make, but that, for whatever reason, there's so many careless. Oh, it's not even that many times to kill him. It actually takes less effort to destroy him than it does to. Well. But if you know, I'm never gonna hate on anybody putting in the work that they put in to get to where they get to. There's a bunch of dudes out there that have that with me. You know, like they're that dude. You know, those are the dudes. You know, like, there are a lot of dudes that I've been around, and even females that put in the work. That, you know, I mean, some of my best female friends that I met are artists. You know, like, they're artists, and Their work is immaculate, immaculate. You know, and if they get paid more than me for doing what they good at, more power to you. It's great to hear it come up. Like it's always great to hear it come up. Mm. You know, it's always good. It's always great to hear it come up. And you know, what the hell? How did I miss that jump? Jeez. What am I doing? What am I doing? Wow. All right, all right, all right. No, what am I doing for reals though? What am I doing? All right, this. Oh, hitting with the trash can. That's what that is. Yeah, I haven't talked about this subject too much already, but 2026, y'all, 2026 and beyond. You know what I'm saying? Let's not approach it with the same mindset we had the first quarter century. Let's make it different because the environment is different, the world is different, everything around us is different. So, you know what I'm saying? Let's not live the same and expect, you know, different results. The whole relying on a company to take care of you, the whole relying on the whole expectation of like, well, if I put in my time and effort in this company and they're gonna give me X amount, and nah, man, I don't even exist no more. Ooh. You know, so if you want something, y'all go get it. You know, that's the best advice I can give y'all is go get it. But don't expect to come from the paycheck that you earn. Don't expect it to come from the company. Doesn't matter how good the company is. Doesn't matter what type of idolization that they have within your psyche, your nostalgia, your kiddom, your fandom, whatever. Nah, no company is worth giving everything to. None. Let that be the first lesson of 2026. Like don't allow the companies to break your peace. Don't break yourself for a company that's not gonna give you anything in return. Don't, you know. It doesn't work out. But when you get the opportunity to prove your worth, show your worth, by all means, do it. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Earn that paycheck. Earn that paycheck. Put in that grind. Put in the grit. Show them what's good. Be honest with the company. You know what I'm saying? Be honest with the company. You know, be honest with the company. Like that, when they don't give you that promotion, you're not gaslighting yourself. You're not going, oh, if I would have put in this many hours, would they have looked at me different? If I did this for them, would they have looked at me different? Look, if you're going to do it, do it. Put in that grind, put in that effort, put in, you know what I'm saying? Grit your teeth. Grit your teeth and go handle business, peoples. You know what I'm saying? But when that moment comes, when they don't give you what you rightfully deserve, hey, you'll know it's because they didn't want to give it to you. Not because they couldn't, because they didn't want to give it to you. Because you did everything that you said you were going to do. And they said, you know what? Nah, we're not going to give you what you deserve. If you feel tired, if you feel like you gave all that you could and it's not enough for them, then you know what? I don't know. How I'm going to look for somebody else then. And, you know, have them look for people. Oh! Oh, I'm not. Damn! What can I use to blow that up? The drill sends me back. I feel like it's this. I feel like it's that. It might be that. Maybe that's what I need to do. Whoops. Yeah, that works pretty well, actually. I don't need it for this, but... you know, I know I'm over here talking like, oh my god, I keep missing that stupid little gap right there. You know, it doesn't matter where you get the job, y'all. If you need the job, make the best out of it. If it's Uber Eats, if it's you know, working at a gas station, if it's flipping burgers at McDonald's or doing the fries, you know what I'm saying? Like, handle. Make the best Big Mac you can. Make the best fries that you can, you know what I'm saying? Like, work at that McDonald's, you know what I'm saying? Work at the McDonald's, or if you don't work at it, make it that McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? McDonald's managers make pretty good money, yo. You know, like, yeah, it's not the best of living, but you make fairly decent money being a McDonald's manager if you get the chance to be at a good store. You know, but if by chance you're not at a good store and you have the ability to make it a good store, hey, make it the best store that you possibly can. Put in that grind. Put in that hustle. Haha. Oh, what? He said, hoo. He said, what's this? You know, if you're given the ability to make the best of your situation, by all means do so. You never know. Maybe being a manager at McDonald's wasn't what you wanted to be, but you know what? Maybe it makes you happy in the end doing it. You won't know if you don't go in there with the right attitude, you know? Oh, shoot. So if you go in with the right attitude, you become the manager at McDonald's, and and you can do that, then do that. Oh my! I ran out of energy. I ran out of energy. Hey, why doesn't the game show up behind me though? That's so weird. Oh, it does. Okay, cool. I thought it wasn't. I was like, why is it black? Oh, it does show up. Okay. You know, just put in that grit, put in that grind. You know, if working for the paycheck. See, and and I guess in the way that I speak, it's gonna be a little bit confusing because you get that paycheck, right? But remember, it's where you put the time. If you have 8 hours, an 8-hour work shift, make it the best 8-hour work shift that you can deliver, right? And realize that once you get home from the car trip, the bus trip, however it is that you get to work, once you get home, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't get no more of your time. You don't think about tomorrow. You don't think about none of that. No. You give them the best 8 hours that you can give them. 6 hours, have part-time, full-time, whatever. You give them the best. And you go all out. So when they don't go all out for you, there's no question about it. That, you know, there's no question. It's not because they don't want to. Or sorry, it's not because they can't. It's because they don't want to. But don't gaslight yourself. You know, don't be like, oh, well, maybe if I would have like done more, they would have maybe given me that promotion. No, they weren't. They weren't. They weren't. You know, because if they could have, they would have when you were putting in the 12 hours, the 13 hours, once you delivered what you said you were going to deliver on time, continuously, consistently for months at a time, or however it is that it panned out for you. You know, and that's where I'm at. I've done giving these companies everything that I got. I've done giving them my health, my you know, parts of my soul. And like I said, like Igor, hey, he did the best that he could for me. You know, at the end, it's not his position or his authority to create a full-time QA team of people that he liked at Treyarch. He didn't have that power. I knew that. So why am I going to be mad at him that it didn't happen? He did the best that he could with what the company allowed him to have. Oh my goodness. You know, so if you are struggling right now, don't let this struggle dissuade you from your grind, dissuade you from you being you being the good worker that you say you are, you being the positive person. Nah. Everybody goes through their thing. Everybody goes through their grind differently. You know, so just do the best that you can and approach it the best way that you can. And if it's not enough for these companies, it is never going to be enough for these companies. Jeez, why do I keep missing that? But, you know, and honestly, like when it came to the jobs that I had, I gave them everything, yo. Everything. It doesn't matter where I was at. Nexon, you know, Sony, Activision, Treyarch, like, nah, you know, I gave them everything that I had to offer. Oh my goodness. I gave them everything that I had to offer, and then at the end of that, I'm here. You know, so I'm not doing that no more. I'm giving you the 20 years of experience that I got, full fledged. You know what I'm saying? 100. Damn. You know, full fledged. You know, 120% every day that I'm there, every day that they pay me for. You know, I'm gonna give them all that I got. You know, that's the way that I'm built. You know, that's the way that I'm built. I can't change that. Even if I wanted to be lazy, I can't be lazy. It's just not within me to be lazy about my profession, about my job. I just can't be. It's not how I am. You know. But in terms of going, you know, above and beyond and doing now, you got to show me something first. Now, you know, and again, keeping it 100. If a job comes through and says, "Hey, we respect you so much. We're gonna give you 105K, you know, 125K, you know, some nice, you know, six-figure salary for your experience. But we need you to do this, that, and the other." Look, old, you know, like Mo that, you know, like works too much. Yeah, that Mo is returning. You know, that Mo is returning because at that point, you know, at that point, it's worth it for me because I know that once I get that time off, and I hope that it's, you know, that it's sooner rather than later when it comes to a job like that, that I will have the ability to you know, do the things that I want to with my family. Go on nicer trips, take longer road trips, you know, go on vacation. You know, like I'll put in the time to have that quality time with my family. You know, but I'm not gonna put in that time for no 60K again. No, I'm not. No, I already did that. I already did that. Not doing it again. Like I said, at that point, it's a survival wage. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm supposed to be grateful for survival. Nah, not anymore. You know, I'm tired of surviving. I want to live. I gotta take care of my mom. You know what I'm saying? My mom over here, you know, trying to stave off retirement because she's gonna have to work. Like, nah, I don't want that for my mom. You know, I want my mom to already be on that path to retirement. Oh my goodness, I keep missing that jump. I think I let go of X too soon. I'm trying to like perfect jump it, and let's just say it's not happening. I don't know, y'all. It's a lot of emotions within me right now for, you know, this last stint of this year, you know, like it's just part of it is just me being lost too. You know, I really don't know how to approach the next quarter century. You know, like I'm lost. I'm 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 confused as to how to approach it. You know, because like I said, it is within me to do what I do. You know, like it is like. How many can I get up here? Let's see. I'm gonna test this out really quick. I'm gonna see if I can get like one big old I guess this is as large as it's gonna get here. Heh. Hey, that worked out pretty cool. Oh my goodness. I don't think I've seen this dude. Have I seen this dude? Have I gotten to this boss? I don't think I've gotten to this boss yet. You know, I want so many things to work out. You know. I guess too, you know, like I'm not gonna lie, if I got paid 65K and had like a great learning opportunity, yeah, you know, if I can see skills like I can obtain like at a place, I take that as part of my pay. You know, if I'm given the opportunity to learn something, then yeah, like I said, you know, if I had to go back to make beer, you know what I'm saying? Like if I had to go do that for $20 an hour, you know, you're gonna be a beer brewer for $20 an hour. Cool. You know, I can do that, no problem. Because I'm learning something, you know, because I'm learning something. Because I'm learning how to make beer. That's an education, you know what I'm saying? That's like a college degree being handed to you, or at least, you know, like being taught to you. So I do take. Oh my goodness, I do take learning. You know, I do take learning opportunities as payment. You know, so I don't want to say the money is the only important thing in my life, or you know, like the only thing that I seek, because it really isn't. You know, like I do seek to learn, I do seek to be better, I do seek to want to broaden my horizons, you know, like that is something that I want to do. Wow, that sucks. That's terrible. That's terrible. That's terrible. That's probably going to be what I need to use for the last weapon. You know, I really don't know how to approach my next, you know, my next bout, my next quarter century. And I guess a lot of this is just spouting out stuff, just putting certain parts out in the universe, you know, making deals with myself of what, you know, to hold myself accountable. You know what I'm saying? Like I said these things, like. Hey, this weapon is really good. I like this weapon. Well, rush. But if you in the same rut that I am, if you're in the same, not necessarily headspace, but if you find yourself questioning a lot of what you know, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. And I wish you the best of luck. I wish you even if you don't want to talk to me, even if just, you know, hearing somebody kind of go through it does the same for you. I wish you the best of luck, y'all. May you be able to achieve all that you want to achieve. Like, legit, I really do want y'all to really achieve everything that y'all are capable of achieving. No spiders? This dude said, no, I'm not gonna drop him. Oh. Oh, I got lucky. I got a neat tank out of there. Alright, so if I make it to the boss, I should be good. Oh my goodness, are we serious right now? This going, oh nah, man, oh my goodness. I'm just missing jumps. Like, that's really what it is. I'm just missing jumps. And come over the top with that one, but now I don't have any left. That was not smart. All right, one more time, and this might be the last time. Yeah, this is gonna be the last stage that I try. I was hoping to get this done today, but these platforms, these particular stages, I don't think I've seen the boss. I don't think I've seen Acid Man, or what stage, I don't even know what stage I'm in right now. Timberman, or whatever this guy is. Just focus on the game. Maybe if I focus on the game and shut my trap. If y'all want to hear me, just, you know, there ain't nobody watching. I don't even get the bot. I don't even get the bot streamers right now, but it's all good. It's all good in the neighborhood. Let me focus, because right now I ain't got nobody watching. So let me focus on the game. And let me see if I can actually... burnt out though. Ooh, okay, that was nice. I gotta give myself props on that one. That was nice. And that was stupid. That was dumb. Oh my gosh. Gotta clip that. At 3 hours. Mm. I like the light in this game. Oh, darn it. Oh, darn, I burnt out. I could have shocked the whole way through. Why didn't I do that? Alright. Do I have shock? I don't have a... I have plenty. I have plenty. I need to get more, but I should be good. Ooh, burnout. I will say, just like, and this is probably This is probably super picky of me. I don't think the soundtrack in this game like bumps the way that Mega Man 2 did. But it's still a good game though. I am having fun, even though I'm over here with losing frustrations, you know. That's too slow. Last run, last run, last run, last run, last run. Because it's already past midnight. Happy New Year's Eve, y'all. Happy New Year's Eve. We made it to the last day of 2025. That's crazy. We're officially here. Happy New Year's Eve to all of you. And thank you for spending any amount of time that you have done with me in 2025. I know it's been a short time. And you might be sick of my ass already. But the hope is that I'm here for 2026 a lot as well. With something to show for it. You know, again, I'm not trying to be Mr. Super, you know, mega streamer out here. I just need to find a way to make a living doing this, you know. I need to be able to find, or at least just find a living. Not necessarily doing this. I need to be able to find a living. And that's what I hope that I can do. And I guess we'll see how it turns out, right? As stated many times before, we can only try our best. That's all we can do. And sometimes it's just not going to be good enough. How did he hit me? Ooh, that was nice. That was nice. I'm gonna let this guy go first. I'll blast him. Yeah, keep going. Wasn't even worth it. Didn't give me anything. Rush. always stuck right there. Okay, I need a. All right, so the first part of it I can do with normal blaster. So the first part I can do with the blaster. I gotta do this part again. All right, cool. We got the life. We got the life. We got the life. Oh! Wasted the life. Damn. I thought I could make it. I was wrong. Let me see it. After this. Oh, you know what? Let me try that. Oh, I have to double tap that because one is to turn off, the other. Alright, well. Alright, let's see. See if we can make it on the last one. I don't know why this game's kicking my butt so hard. Like, this particular stage, like, shouldn't be kicking my butt this hard. So then we got this. Oh, not gonna do that. I'm gonna die. This is my last life. My last try. Alright, so let me do this. Let's go. Nope, that doesn't work like at all. Game over. Jesus. All right, y'all. I'm gonna call it there. I don't know why this game is kicking out, but I thought I'd be able to get it done today. If I come back for the New Year's, this is gonna be the game. Maybe I think I can finish it within the before the week is over. You know what? I'm gonna hold on with the hope that I could stream again on New Year. So I'm not gonna say goodbye for the week. I know tomorrow I won't be streaming at all. Like tomorrow is my family day. You know, tomorrow I'm gonna prioritize my family. Like that's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna prioritize my family. We're gonna spend the last, seconds, minutes, hours of 2025 as together as we can be. And yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna, graze on some food. I'm gonna make some ribs. We found, some slabs of ribs on sale, so I'm gonna make some ribs for us. Some spare ribs. They're in the refrigerator. I'm gonna slow cook them in the oven. Just something simple. Nothing large. We're blessed to be able to do that. Not going front. And yeah, y'all. So let's just put on the universe. I'm gonna say goodnight because it's late already, and I still want a midnight snack. So as we always do, please life. Take our well wishes, our good juju, our good vibes, our thoughts and prayers as we put them onto the life force, and may it find somebody who needs it to obtain the strength to get through, the darkness and find their light, so they can get through their grit, go through their grind, and achieve all that they want to achieve. And in reverse life, please allow those that put the well wishes, the thoughts and prayers, the good juju, and the good vibes onto a life force for us. Allow us to receive those so that we can obtain the strength to go through our darkness, find our light, go through our grit, get through our grind, achieve what we want to achieve, and help us pay it forward. Thank you, life. In the words of Jerry Springer, take care of yourselves and each other. My words, love and respect and love. Have that in your heart, have that in your soul, have that in your way of being as you go and interact with your fellow human, with nature, with the animals out there, and just have that way about you. Put good into the world and good will come back. Not when you want it, but when you need it. And hopefully this is not the last time I see y'all. Hopefully I come back for the new year 2026. I was hoping to finish this for 2025, but it'll be cool to have this game be the first game that I finish in 2026. So hopefully we can do that. Hopefully we can have that happen. Do it that Thursday, and then that will most likely be the last stream of the week as my son gets ready for some trips that he needs to go on as we help him prepare. And as we're finishing some stuff up. But yeah, y'all have a great night. Have a good night. Thank you for spending any amount of time with me. Happy New Year's Eve, because we there. Well, Happy New Year's Eve if you in the Midwest or to the east, because you've already reached that time. If you still in the Pacific time, it's only 10 o'clock there. Not there yet, but if you're watching me later, we made it to New Year's Eve. Let's let go of everything that trouble does in the quarter century. I know easier said than done, but let's not carry that forward. Keep your chin up, your chin low. You know what I'm saying? Go out there and do your do, but protect yourself from the disrespect. Protect your safe space. Protect your sanity, but always be looking at your enemy. Always be paying attention to your surroundings. Always trust what you feel. Trust your gut in 2026 and beyond. And hopefully it's enough to get us to where we want to be, y'all. Hopefully it's enough to where we want to be. All right, y'all. Well, have a great night. This has been Mo, and I'll see you guys hopefully Thursday as we enter 2026. Peace, y'all.